heard you talk to A-Rod earlier and talking about how the Yankees need to acquire pitching. Or
they do. They're going to have to. Yeah, they're going to play with the big boys. They're going to have to acquire a pitcher.
You're right. And with the news it's only May 1st, but with the news yesterday about Seager and with them being 4 games under 500, I would love to see them go for those last 2 months.
No, they're not doing that. They're not doing that. No, Corey, come on. And I don't even think the Giants are trading their big guy. I don't think that'll happen. I think you're much more likely looking at guys like Fulmer. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, Kershaw is not. Listen, I mean that's just too crazy to even think about. I mean, so that's not happening. I don't care about injuries. I don't care about slow starts. That's not happening. Not happening. There'll be plenty of pitchers available, and the Yankees got more than enough to trade. They have more than enough to give away in those deals, So they're going to have to give away to get, but they're going to have to they're going to have to trade. They don't have, the Yankees have some issues in this rotation, and they have some guys you're still questioning about and wondering about in the pen too. They do have guys you can count on, and Chapman looks to be back. Meaning that you can count on Chapman. It's 2-1 Chapman's and you say, okay, game's over. I feel like that right now. I didn't feel like that at time last year. I feel like that. Betances, it's basically one outing after another. Try to get to the next one, try to get to the next one. Gray gave you a much better game yesterday against a good hitting team. That's one. He had been so woeful before that. He had just been so bad. It just and so really against even challenging people that it drove you crazy. So you have some issues there. And frankly, other than Severino, who is a top flight pitcher, he is a top flight guy. But they're going to need, if they're going to compete at the top of the East and compete at the top of the American League with teams like the ones you're seeing here, the Astros, then the Indians, then the Red Sox, you're going to have to improve the pitching. Jeff in Oceanside, what's up, Jeff?
What's up, Mike? How you been?
Good. What's happening?
Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
As you know, I'm a big Mets fan.
Right.
What do you think about the team so far, the new manager compared to Terry Collins?
I think they've responded to him fairly well. I think that I like Terry a lot, but they probably needed a different voice. Cespedes, things will get better. A lot of guys has been erratic, obviously. They still are going to need more from their starting pitching. They're going to need more consistency. They really can't count on Harvey for much right now, and who knows what's going on between his ears. They can't count on Matz right now. They're getting a little more consistency from Wheeler, which is a positive. But, again, they don't, behind the big two, there's just not enough there right now. So you wonder about that. But here's the thing that's happened there. Washington's problems are pretty real. The Braves and Phillies have young players, but even though the Phillies and the Braves have played well, they're still a year away. Miami, we know how many games they're going to lose. They're going to lose 100 games or close to it. So the Mets have a very, very good chance there to have a good season, especially in that side of that division. And again, I think Philly and Atlanta are closing the gap, but they're not ready to be playoff teams. And it does not look like Washington's going to be anywhere near as strong as everyone thought they were going to be with the injuries they've had. Mike in Manhattan, what's up, Mike?
Hi, buddy. How are you?
Good. What's happening?
Listen, you sound upbeat, positive, happy to be there. Hope you're not an imposter from WFAN. Listen, 2 things. One, did you get to see HBO's Paterno?
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
I thought I was watching him play Phil Spector.
Right.
I didn't think it was good.
Right.
I didn't like it.
Okay. One more thing.
He almost seemed like he was the same character he was in the Phil Spector one. He really did. And I know Pacino is a legendary actor, but every time I saw him, I thought of Phil Spector.
Michael, same thing, 100%. I totally agree with you. One more thing. People forget about Teddy Bridgewater. Besides that crucial knee injury, he's a good quarterback. Tell me something. He lights up the summertime, and he's your starter, Bridgewater, for the Jets. He takes them to the AFC Championship. Maybe they lose, maybe they win, whatever, and they go to the Super Bowl. What happens to next year?
They trade him as fast as they can to a team for draft picks. Get rid of him as fast as you can. If he get a good year out of Bridgewater and he winds up being the quarterback next year, trade him as fast as you can for picks, because Donald's your future. The Paterno thing I did not think was that good. Now, again, their point was he knew. Their point was he only had tunnel vision. He only cared about his football team. Don't bother me with anything else. Don't bother me with details. But they said in there that he heard in the 70s. And do I believe that? I do. Now, I'm not saying it didn't go in one ear and out the other, but the idea that anything happened at that campus that he didn't know about is nonsense. It's always been my take. I'm not accusing him of doing anything, but he did not do enough. And the cover-up there was so outrageous, it was ridiculous. But I did not think it was that well done. I did not. And I couldn't get past, if you saw the Phil Spector thing, he reminded me of when I was watching Phil Spector. Mike in Parsippany, what's up, Mike?
Mike, how are you?
Good, what's happening?
Welcome back. It's been a long time.
Thank you.
Your opinion, the Browns, I think they had a good draft. Can they go 8-8?
The Browns will get better all at once because they've upped their talent level a lot. I was not the biggest Baker Mayfield fan. I really believe if they wanted to, they could have gotten Mayfield at 4 and taken Barkley at 1 if they wanted to. I think they could have done that and they would have succeeded. I think if the Giants had lost Barkley, they would have traded the pick. It seems to me more than take Donald now. I could be wrong and they might have backed off and taken Donald, but Cleveland would have been left with a good quarterback, and I think they would have gotten Mayfield because my understanding is I don't think the Jets were going anywhere. Despite all those rumors the last 2 days, I don't think the Jets were going anywhere near Mayfield. So I think they could have gotten him anyway. But again, they did well. Now, the corner better turn out to be a heck of a player to be picked where he was picked. That's all. So Cleveland has improved their talent. Now they just have to get past the culture that they have. That's the worst part of it for them. Remember when you first fell in love with your